Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Dives, Mr. Crockpot on Twitter. Today, we are counting down my personal top 5 favorite MLE targets for the Philadelphia 76ers. Guys, if you love the NBA or if you love the Sixers, please be sure to smash that subscribe button. Let's go. Before we get into my number 5, PJ Tucker will not be on this list due to the rumors that already exist. But my number 5 is TJ Warren. Anyone else remember TJ Warren's bubble breakout? TJ Warren exploded for 53 points in his first game in the 2020 Orlando bubble and averaged over 26 points in 10 total games. Unfortunately, it's been a rough go of it ever since. He appeared in just 4 games last season before undergoing season-ending foot surgery to repair a stress fracture and was sidelined for the entire 2022 season as well. By the time next season begins, it'll have been almost 2 years since TJ Warren participated in an NBA game. However, TJ Warren is still on the right side of 30, and he had a strong showing back in 2020 when he put up 19.8 points per game on 53, 40, and 81 shooting splits. Warren shot 42.8% from three-point range in that season and 40.3% in the next season. He might be best suited as a stretch 4, where he can take advantage of slower-footed defenders who lack the lateral quickness to keep up with him on the perimeter. Assuming Tobias Harris is still on the roster, that could be a problem for roster optionality. However, the Sixers could use a shot creator at the 3, and TJ Warren would be an ideal fit for the current roster. This is a guy who has extensive experience defending the 3 and the 4 at the NBA level. Let's look at TJ Warren as a shot creator.
Now stingy all night on hard drive. To the bucket.
Warren guarded on the perimeter by Drummond. Crossover to the bucket.
Elevate. Warren jumping over Gordon.
Davis goes down defensively. Warren, the push shot is good.
Turnovers. Turner stays out. And Warren hits it.
Impact that had on me, and I'm sure, you know, when you guys were talking to me, you probably
going to the basket. You have to honor.
Native of Czech Republic. TJ Warren in.
Justin Holiday also in as well. He's got that teal shirt on. Coach got to make sure.
Warren, a fading jumper.
Oh, pass that.
And that skip pass.
There you go. Cleared out, so you can turn to that baseline.
And Warren win here against Milwaukee on a Travis Best jumper to do it. That's a jump.
Very solid play.
Warren for the
game. Yeah, Warren in the last 4 games is averaging 24 a game and shooting 61% from the floor.
So the Indiana defense is setting in here as Warren spins free.
Extra pass, Warren. He shoots it with pressure and hits.
They really are good to have on team. You need good teammates, and they clearly are. Try to see can he get Aaron Holiday in position.
That's a good little hand back there between him and Malik. I thought he was taking that first.
Victor in the third quarter scored 13 points. Oh my glory.
Guarding Brogdon, here's Warren from deep.
Stuck on him at 3. Sabonis saves it. Warren to tie it.
That's pretty good. Now, ooh, look at TJ. Knock it down.
And you're seeing more of it. Warren for 3.
50 spot. Give him a 50 spot right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Coming in number 4 in my MLE rankings is Daniel House. Daniel House checks off a lot of boxes in regards to his fit with the Sixers roster. He averaged 6.8 points and 2.7 rebounds in 19.6 minutes per game on 41.5 shooting from 3 for the Utah Jazz last season. This is a 6'6" rotational wing who is a tough perimeter defender and plays with a toughness that we know Joel Embiid will love. He's a 3-and-D wing who can shoot a little, defend multiple spots, and played for the league minimum last season. He shot 39.2% from 3 in the catch and shoot last year on 2.8 attempts. More specifically, he shot 38% from the corner 3 last season on 63 attempts. Defensively, Daniel House held opponents to 35.8% from the perimeter last year. While he might not be the sexiest name of the bunch this offseason, the Sixers have a long ways to go in terms of adding depth. De'Anthony Melton was a step in the right direction. Here is another one with Daniel House. This isn't the shot creator they need off the bench, but he's a solid catch and shoot dude with extensive time on the court defending the 3 spot and someone who doesn't need anything drawn up for him to score. Let's look at Daniel House as an off-ball scorer.
Comes out the other side to House, who answers it.
12 spot at halftime. Nice throw out to Gay. They work it to the corner. House step back 3.
I got Johnson on Mitchell. Crowder against Clarkson, who drives, feeds a wide open House in the corner, and he pays it off with
All night long if you allow him to come off a screen roll in the mid post with no hand in his face.
Give him 12. House answers with a 3, shooting arrows.
Oh, Daniel House with the big 3 and then the arrow celebration. I love it.
Took some good minutes here for him.
Yeah, nice passes, good defense.
Matthews back to House in the corner, 3 on the way. Daniel House making things happen.
The Jazz go 2 for 1 here. Clarkson drives on Conchar, shoehorns a pass. House hits a 3. Daniel House.
8 out for the remainder of the season. They include Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Josh Giddey, fine rookie Wright, Luguentz Dort, who can defend. He was a 2-way player at one point. There goes the arrow.
37, Carmelo Anthony, year 19. Here is House in the corner. Got a 3. Daniel House.
Jazz start the quarter with Conley, Clarkson, Pascal House, and Rudy Gay. House, does he still have the hot hand? You bet he does.
A little something again and go to the zone. Corner 3, House.
Oh boy.
The non-shooting second team foul, a lob inside. Gay on a kick out. House fires yet his second air ball.
Came a lob fest. Oh, Jerry has to continue to run to the ball. He stopped short.
And Daniel House buries a 3.
That was some pass by Johnson. And a great catch. Here's House lining it up, hitting the 3.
Yeah, he is red hot. Pretty good. Channeling his guard skills.
I thought maybe
ball handling.
I thought it was a coast to coaster by House for the 4th time.
Wood with Caruso defending him beyond the 3-point line. Now to Gordon.
Got to stay aggressive.
Whirls it back to House. Shoots over Vucevic and knocks it in.
Coming in number 3 in my rankings is Delon Wright. This is a well-traveled guard in this league who has consistently found ways to help his respective teams. Delon Wright can help get others good looks and can thrive in the catch-and-shoot game. He shot 37.2% and then 37.9% from 3 the last 2 seasons, and has shot 35.4% in his career, albeit on low attempts. He's a quality defender and a competent screen navigator who can put pressure on opposing guards and in some matchups could hold his own against opposing threes. He's mostly a team defender who has averaged 2.0 steals per 36 minutes over the last 4 seasons. He's also a very good rebounder for his size, as evident by his 5.8 rebounds per 36 minutes over that aforementioned span. Wright led all the Hawks players last year with 149 deflections and 93 steals, despite finishing 8th on the team in total minutes. At 6'5" with a 7-foot plus wingspan, Wright might struggle defending bigger forwards, especially at the 3 spot, but he can smother guards and smaller wings. Adding a 2-way guard/wing who would be an excellent fit alongside De'Anthony Melton off the bench would be awesome. Let's look at Delon Wright as a perimeter scorer.
It was good to the Knicks.
And Randall's really struggled from 3 this season, hitting his first 2 as Delon Wright gets the roll.
Delon Wright. Right guy.
Point lead. Trey moves in, draws the defense, and Wright buries the corner 3.
Selfish play. It's just finding the open guy. They're knocking him down.
6-3 of the quarter for the Knicks. Wright lines it up and hits.
Bogdanovich. Okongwu. Bodies banging. Deep shot. Delon Wright.
Blazers a lead at 9. A minute 53 to go in the fourth quarter. They rotate it to Delon Wright. You'd rather see him shoot it than Trae Young. But he knocks down the triple.
Add 2-on-1 transition play.
Wright lines it up and knocks it down from 3.
Back to Lou. Fakes. Delon Wright. Bingo.
That 3 is good for Delon Wright.
So they're going to feel pretty good about things.
And maybe get something going in the paint. And as soon as I say that, Wright triggers a 3 and drill it. This is a very good 3-point.
Coming in number 2 in my rankings is Taurean Prince. The Sixers just need a wing who can consistently knock down open threes. Here is a 28-year-old who is a career 37.1% three-point shooter who knocked down 38.5% of his catch-and-shoot looks from deep this past season. He shot 43.8% from the corners in 2022, and 81.4% of his field goals came off assists, including nearly almost every three-pointer. His efficiency in 2022 was a tale of two halves. His 4.6 per game average jumped to 9.4 from the first half of the season to the second. Along with points per game, just about everything else went up in the second half of the season. His plus minus was negative 2.7 in the first 42 games, but in the second half of the season, it rose to 2.1. Taurean Prince isn't an elite rebounder, but he can defend multiple positions at 6'6". He absolutely has that defensive ability to play multiple concepts, including switching on the perimeter, and also has some of that offensive juice outside of just shooting threes. I think Taurean Prince should easily find more minutes in Philadelphia than Minnesota next year due to that wide open vacancy at the 3. Prince has extensive history defending both the 3 and 4 spots in the NBA and would fit in perfectly. Let's look at Taurean Prince as a floor spacer. Coming in number 1 in my rankings is Otto Porter Jr. Porter Jr. has likely earned himself a raise off the 1-year minimum deal he signed with the Golden State Warriors last offseason. At his best, Porter can be a microwave scorer off the bench as a great off-ball three-point option who that actually plays good defense. Here's a guy who nailed over 40.4% of his triples while finishing a career-high 72% of his looks at the rim. This guy also brings defensive optionality. Porter put together a 2.1 defensive box plus minus, which was one of the best marks in the entire league. That number is inflated a tad, of course, by that Golden State Warriors team defense, which is terrific. But this is a fierce rebounder for his size. Otto Porter Jr. can hold his own against fours. He might not bring that toughness that Joel Embiid covets, but adding a big wing on the roster with solid defensive potential and a consistent stroke would be a massive win for the Philadelphia 76ers. His versatile defense, timely shot making, and ability to hold his own against 3s and 4s would make him an extremely viable rotation piece for the Sixers roster. Let's take a look at Otto Porter Jr. and his plus shooting ability.
To get defensive rebounds. Andrew Wiggins getting his up. On miss. Otto Porter Jr. 3 is perfect.
Rain back to Porter. Heat check, why not? Otto Porter!
Oh, Porter.
Bielitsa on the court for Golden State. When the shot off the hand of Porter Jr. That's 3 buckets early.
Switch on Curry, Bielitsa. Porter from downtown. Good offense by the Golden State Warriors.
Poole gets inside, kicks it out. Payton up top. Porter, 3-pointer. Otto Porter from downtown. After that hot start, Poole the crossover. He's got Tillman on it. Otto Porter a 3-pointer. That's good.
7 on the 24. Porter again, 3-pointer.
Puts it in. Back-to-back threes for Porter.
Porter sets the screen. Thompson, double team, kicks. Porter hits the three.
Curry on the baseline, finding Porter. And Otto loves the...
One with Jones. Poole. Shot clock winding down. Porter gets an open look. In the fourth. Thompson in the corner for the lead. Porter.
So those are my top 5 MLE targets for the Sixers. Did I miss anybody? Did I leave anybody out? Please let me know down in that comment section below. Thank you everyone for watching. Please be sure to smash that subscribe button. Tons and tons of Sixers content coming with Summer League just around the corner. Follow me on Twitter at Mr. Crockpot. Stay awesome, everybody.